Okay, here we are. We're here live again. I'm with the beautiful Debra Watkins. Did I say that right? See, I get names right. And we're here live at the We Lead Empowering Women's Conference here. It's such a beautiful time. This young lady just got finished speaking, and she put some little surprises out there for the ladies and stuff, but she also does a lot of big things. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Definitely, definitely. Now, why was it important for you to come here and talk to the young women?
Was the founder of a Black Education Network, headquartered in San Jose, California. I'm always seeking opportunities to empower Black children.
Okay, I like that. Now, one thing you said about your speech and stuff, and I think this is a line that's going to go today. I think yours is very powerful. Was about how important that the kids see a lot of other things. Now, you bring out about a situation that you have coming up, the kids going to Africa. Let's talk about that some more.
Yeah, I'm excited to announce. So let me just back up and say that I met Malik Melodies through Kim Wright, who I believe is currently the executive director. And I met her a year ago this coming December in DC at Tony Browder's 10th anniversary Metamorphosis Conference. And Tony Browder is internationally renowned. I call him an Egyptologist. He doesn't call himself that, but he's been excavating a 25th dynasty tomb of a Kushite nobleman. And the Kushite people were African people way before Egyptians got here, all right, and way before the Greeks arrived. You know, Africans were in charge of what we call Kemet, and people now call Egypt. So I met Kim there, and she told me about Malik Melodies, and I was impressed that they've been around for 40 years. Most Black organizations don't last that long, and they've been on a shoestring budget. They haven't had a big infusion of cash to do what they do, but yet these people are so committed to our young people that I thought, I'm going to announce my trip to Africa at this conference. These young people will be the first to know about what our plans are. So as the founder of a Black Education Network and the executive director, I've had this vision always of taking high school students to Ghana. I was a high school teacher for many years, high school teacher, counselor, project coordinator. But outside of high school, I actually created organizations to help support Black students and ensure their success. So one of the programs that I've always wanted to do was cultural exchange, because I've been to the continent 8 times. I've been to Ghana three times. I've been to South Africa twice. I've been to Egypt, and I've been to Nigeria. Oh, that's 7 times, okay. So
We're not counting.
We're not counting. But anyway, I was like, did I miss a country? But the bottom line is that I feel that international travel opens the world for our children. I was blessed when I graduated from high school a very long time ago to live in France for a year as an exchange student, and decades later I'm still connected to my French family, and they've been to the United States. I've been back there many times. I've sent people to see them. It's a lifelong connection. So I want that with Africa. I want to take 30 high school students and 10 adult chaperones to Africa so we can all fit on one bus. And we're going to start with Ghana in 2021. Then we're going to go, those who want to continue with us, in 2022 we're going to Kenya. And the reason we're going to Kenya is because when I was in Ghana this last time, I actually met a young man from Kenya.
Uh-oh, I see where this is going.
And this young man has a STEM program, science, technology, engineering, and math, and I have one. I started a STEM program in Silicon Valley 18 years ago, unapologetically focused on Black children. We send 100% of our students to college. 90% of them graduate in 4 years with their BA or BS degrees, and 60% of those degrees are in STEM, which is 8 times the national average for Black students. So it is an amazing, award-winning model that's unapologetically focused on Black children. In fact, let me put a plug in here right now.
Here we go.
Taylor, one of my STEM graduates, just launched her own company called Find My Everything. She created an app called Find My Everything. It has a GPS tracker in it, and if you connect her app to anything that's of value to you, your kids, your pets, your purse,
Yeah, the kids are.
your wallet, right, your grandparents, your mother, who's early, whatever you figure, whatever you find important, if you connect this tracker to it, you can find your person or thing.
I gotta be very interested.
You have to go find my everything. That's one of my STEM students just launched her company called Find My Everything. Anyway, that's a plug. So I met this young man. I met this young man in Ghana, right, when I was there this past August. I was coming down from my hotel room, and he had on a Facebook shirt. And I said, oh, do you work for Facebook here in Africa? He said, no, my STEM program just won an international contest. 2 of my STEM scholars created an app to prevent genital mutilation.
That's very important over there.
How deep is that? How deep is that? 2 of his STEM scholars created an app to help prevent genital, it's actually mutilation, not mutilization, mutilation.
I'm sure we all know what she means.
Right. I just got an English teacher, got to get it right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, and they won a big international prize for that. So I said to him, you know what, I run a STEM program in Silicon Valley. Well, I'm going to be in Silicon Valley in a few weeks. Well, we need to get together while you're here. When he got here, I went to his hotel in Oakland, picked him up. San Francisco picked him up, took him to the best barbecue in the Bay Area.
This is getting interesting. You know, it's young kids watching this.
Right. Took him to the best barbecue joint in the Bay Area in Oakland. And we had formulated and finalized our partnership. So I told him in 2022, I'm taking kids to Kenya. In 2023, we're going to be in Egypt. That's as far as I've gotten. We're going to go see Tony Browder's 25th Century Dynasty excavated tomb.
That's going to be nice.
Right. And Earth, Wind, and Fire is one of our favorite groups, my favorite group, Tony's favorite group. And one of my favorite songs is Keep Your Head to the Sky, right? Don't walk around with your pants hanging down, right? Because keep your head to the sky. We are the descendants of kings and queens. Before we were captured and forced across the Atlantic into bondage, we don't even use the word slavery because that suggests there's a master. And nobody is supreme over us. We are the original brilliant people, and we don't take to supremacy of any kind.
Okay. She's getting deep on us, so we're gonna slow it up right quick and stuff. So if somebody wanted to find you and get more information about everything you're doing, where can they find you at?
Thank you for asking. So you can find Debra Watkins at ABEN, ABEN, the number 4, and then ACE.org. That's Debra Watkins at abenforace.org. ABEN stands for Black Education Network. That's our nonprofit. ACE stands for Academic and Cultural Excellence because that's what we expect of our children. Academic and Cultural Excellence.org. I can also be found at www.abenforace.org. Stop laughing.
There's a lot of stuff.
I love this interviewer. I do. He's real good.
I try to do what I can do, you know.
He's good. He's good. I like him. I take him on the road with me.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk. You gotta go. You said you have 3 daughters, right? Or 3?
3 girls. 3 girls.
Okay. So we'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that off air. Y'all don't need to know my business. But I want to thank you for taking the time out here. It was very important that you come talk to these young ladies, and we'll definitely talk, and I'll make sure we get all your information out. Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good.
We'll be back.
Thank you for your time.